1 year update of eating raw meat. Firstly, let's talk about the word liver. If you remove the R, it becomes live. This is no coincidence because when you overload on the nutrients and bacteria of raw organs, you will feel as alive as never before. But especially if you eat liver, because it's the most life-giving food. That's why it's called liver. It's the life giver. In German it's called Leber. If you replace the R with an N, it becomes Leben, which is life in general. To live. In Swedish it's called Lever, which means living. If you want to eat liver for the taste alone, seeing as they are more or less the same nutritionally, then I recommend eating veal and wild boar liver. The kidneys I recommend eating from goats and deer for the taste again. The brain doesn't have much of a taste, so everybody would enjoy that. And the heart also tastes more or less the same from every animal. Quite a few people have commented on my videos that it feels like I'm high when I talk. And this is actually true, except that it has nothing to do with synthetic drugs, of course. Although I can actually relate to people who are high on these synthetic chemicals, or if they are portrayed in a film as being high when it's only acting, because this is how I feel in everyday life. It's the euphoria that I talked about. Everything that I sense feels amazing to me because life is awesome. That's what I go through in every day. Just to make it clear. This comes from nature though, from the sunshine, nutrients, the bacteria and the chemicals from the rotten meat, the high meat. It does actually make you high, even more so, because even before I started this diet, I felt that way. I also eat raw meat on the subway or anywhere I go to, just like other people eat their poisonous sandwich. I was eating a wild boar heart some weeks ago, and it's usually the kids that stare at me because for whatever reason it's more interesting for them, and my face was covered with blood and my hands. And yesterday I was eating liver and the kid kept staring at me because my hand was covered in it.
The proper slice, hand-molded rice with a picture-perfect sushi. Except this isn't raw fish, horse meat, pork, and chicken, says Chef Kensuke Onishi, all raw and uncooked. Gobbled down by eager customers packing Niku Sushi restaurant. Aya Kanazawa goes raw 3 times a week here. I'm a carnivore girl, she says proudly. Raw meat eaters. A direct contrast to Japan's so-called herbivore boys. Translated in Japanese, sex means relationship in flesh. So herbivore boys are less interested in sex. Born out of 2 decades of Japan's economic stagnation, traditional masculinity and career don't drive herbivores. For a country aging at the world's fastest rate with one of the lowest birth rates, herbivore boys embody the nation's societal fears. What is a carnivore girl? Carnivore girls are the reaction to herbivore boys, says this group. It's the upheaval of the genders, says this girl. Half of his customers are women.
Another thing that a lot of people ask me in this 1 year is, how do I start this diet? What should I do? And I never understood this question because the answer seems obvious. There's nothing even to tell. But I realized that what they're really asking is, could you please give me a push? I want somebody to push me, to tell me that it's actually a good thing to do. And here I am telling you, I absolutely recommend eating this way. Because for one thing, I can definitely say that it's safe, obviously, but that it's also very beneficial for your health. And even the rotten meat is safe to eat. So go and do it. The reason I say it's safe to eat is because I calculated that I ate over 300 kilograms of raw meat in this 1 year and a few thousand eggs. That would be meat from calves, from cows, from lamb, but not grown sheep, unfortunately, from grown goats and little goaties. I did not try any pigs, it's not appealing to me at all. From wild animals such as wild boar and deer. From horse, which is quite sweet. Chicken, obviously, and turkey, which I do not like very much taste-wise. I tried it again in Greece, but it was the same problem. It's not appealing. Buffalo and bison. Lots of fish, scallops, shrimp, oysters and other seafood. All quite delicious, nutritious food. I really like it. I did not try eating beef bone marrow again, but I did eat organic bone marrow from the chicken legs and wings, which I opened with a hammer or with my teeth because they are quite fragile, and then all you need to do is suck it out, and it's so delicious. I would really like to try more bone marrow from bigger animals. There were actually 5 vegans and vegetarians who messaged me who did not only stop their diet and start eating cooked meat, which is what most people eat, but they actually start eating raw meat because of my videos. And the way I see them, I saved their life. And this is fantastic. Maybe there were even more who simply did not message me. Maybe they also realized, just like I did, how important the fat-soluble vitamins are and the animal amino acids, which obviously, as the name implies, animal, will never be found in any plants. So those kind of diets, plant-based, are malnourishment by definition, by default. You can't get around it. And this is something I didn't understand before I started eating raw meat, because these fat-soluble vitamins make your life amazing. They are so important. I cannot stress it enough.
Yummy, yummy. Gattis is hungry, so your flesh is my life.
Before I started eating this way, I, just like most people, assumed that it's normal to feel tired and sleepy quite often, and generally be in a constant detox mode from all the poisonous food. And most of us go through life like this, not realizing how good you can actually feel in the human body. Of course, I do not regret this, because it was an experience feeling so shitty, and I can relate to people who still feel that way. All that is now anyway, and now I feel amazing. So it's all that matters. When you eat meat from any kind of animal, you turn it into human meat. So when you eat muscle, for example, you turn it into human muscle. This is why in traditional Chinese medicine, and all over the earth, but I'm more informed about the Chinese, they used organs. One practice was when your family member or somebody else close to you, you would, to help them if they were sick, cut open your body and cut a piece of the liver and give them some liver to eat raw to heal them, because they understood the power of the liver. This is almost like a dedication video to liver. One of my favorite benefits eating this way is how flat my stomach is, because there's no indigestible plant matter, as in fiber. So I always feel empty in that sense, but full of energy and strength, because it has increased so much when eating these energy dense foods. This is the brainwash that I meant in another video. They are totally promoting grains and bread as if it's helpful for anybody. It's absolute malnourishment. This is also my 3-year anniversary of Sungazing, and I want to make a little update because of course I don't sungaze anymore as I used to, as in the many hours a day when I went to the extreme, but I still do it even if it's only for an hour, simply because I like it, as I said years ago. Just like that, even if it didn't give me any benefit, but it does give me the benefit of the information, and my brain works better. It increases the intelligence, the thinking, the senses, the instinct. So this is only one of the reasons I'll never stop sungazing. I do not focus on such things as eating less or any of that, although it does give me the benefit and to sleep less. That will always be part of sungazing, but I would never focus on sungazing many hours to get to those extremes again, because when I overdid it, I had a sunspot in my eyes, and that never went away. I still see it when it's dark outside. Same as I hear my tinnitus when it's silent. It's something that is there, but I never focus on it, so it's not exactly part of my life. There's this black guy who made a video that we always sungaze and that the whole thing is a joke essentially, because the sun's reflection is everywhere. And this is true, the sun does always go inside of our eyes when we are outside, but when you sungaze directly and look at it, it's something else, and everybody who sungazes understands this. So I still recommend actually looking in the direction of the sun.